Hey there everybody, this is Tiger Eye Gaming, and welcome back to the latest episode of our Minecraft 1.20 Survival Let's Play. First off, hey guys, hope you guys are all doing well. It's been about a month since I posted my last video, and I just wanted to say sorry for the gap in between videos. My birthday actually happened towards the end of last month, and I was pretty busy both with things related to that, and then also I went on vacation for a little bit just after my birthday. So I've been a little bit busy over the last month, and honestly, I haven't really been playing much Minecraft. When I logged on earlier today, as I'm recording this, it was really the first time I'd opened the game in definitely at least a few weeks. So that's why there's a bit of a gap in between videos. Again, at this point, I can't really promise any sort of regular video schedule, but I am still enjoying doing this, and, I'm going to try to keep at least some sort of informal regularity to this. And that actually leads me to why I'm trying to get this video recorded and hopefully edited and uploaded this weekend. I'm actually going on vacation again shortly. This one's a bit of a longer vacation, going to be out for 8 days pretty much, and I didn't want to have to wait that long to even start recording another video. Because then I figured, I'd be busy when I got back, it would take even more time, so I just wanted to record something that would hopefully be pretty quick and simple, which is why we're currently in the village, because these guys, our villager friends, are related to what we want to do this episode. Specifically, what we're looking to do that relates to these guys is to make some easy, simple, early game automatic farms that'll enable us to trade with all of them a whole lot easier. If I can actually find the shepherd, he is one of the guys who I'm hoping we'll be able to trade with a lot easier. No, are you the shepherd? No. God, I gotta remember what they look like. Okay, here he is. Boom. Shepherd. So the shepherd is the guy who trading can be a lot easier with when you have an automatic sheep farm. And for those of you who aren't aware, these are super, super easy to set up. If you've been following my channel for a while, you've probably seen me set these up maybe even a couple times by now. But now that we have nether quartz, oh, I'm getting a little bit up in my grill, I'm going to give him some space. But now that we have nether quartz from our trip to the nether last episode, that means that we're going to be able to make a whole bunch of automatic farms that we couldn't make before. And right now, you might see that our hearts on the bottom of the screen look a little bit different. That's because I'm currently in a copy of my old world, the one where we had that little hillside savanna biome that I really liked. But yeah, I wanted to go into this world real quick just to show you guys. This right here is basically what we're going to build. This right here is an automatic sheep sharing farm, and it works super, super well, super easy to set up. All you really need is however many sheep you want in the farm. Here I just went with 3, so it wasn't super resource intensive, but you can make this thing as big as you want. You have some grass surrounding the central block that the sheep are standing on. You have a dispenser here with some shears, and then underneath this guy, you're going to have an observer. That way, when the observer triggers an update to this grass block right here, i.e. the sheep eats it, and an update is triggered, this redstone will then be powered, meaning that this dispenser is going to fire, shearing the sheep. That way, you have a super easy automatic farm. Every time the sheep eats this grass and grows its wool back, the dispenser's going to fire, the shears are going to click, and the wool is going to pop off the sheep. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little foray back in time. I kind of just wanted an excuse to revisit this world because I really do love this little trading hall that we had going. The cyan glazed terracotta looks so good, the concrete powder too. You guys know I'm a big fan of this. I don't know, I really like this design, and even though it gets a little bit loud with the zombies back there, I just love the way this looks, especially with shaders. Fun fact, this is where I recorded my outro. But yeah, I don't want to dilly-dally here too much. If you guys want to check out the series that we did in this world, go ahead and feel free to check that out. It's definitely easily findable on my channel, and I'll go ahead and toss a link right up there. Alright, here we are, back in the 1.20 world, and I think it's actually time to do a little bit of gathering before we do anything else. Right now we're a little bit short on cobblestone, which is an important ingredient in making observers. We have the quartz, we should have the redstone, at least I think so. So now I'm going to just spend a little bit of time gathering some cobblestone, and then hopefully I'll meet back up with you guys when we're ready to start constructing the farms. Alright everybody, despite the slightly suboptimal weather, we're out here in the nighttime and during the rain to finish up our automatic sheep shearing farm. So what I'm doing right now is placing down the observers that will have the observer face facing into these blocks right here where the sheep will be standing on. So they're all currently dirt because, well, I initially placed the observers on the wrong block. Forget about that. Forget about that. We don't need to think about that again. But yeah, we already have one sheep trapped in his little area right now, or rather voluntarily donating us his wool in his little area, right? Yeah, he said yes. He said yes. And we have our two. Was there another one? No, okay, so we'll need to drag one more sheep over, but we pretty much have this farm complete. We got the dispensers here with the shears inside of them. Now, all we need to do is place the redstone dust behind each of these guys so that when the observer underneath here is powered, this redstone becomes powered and the dispenser triggers, and that way it'll go ahead and shear the sheep. So pretty much all we need to do now is get these two guys in, get one more sheep and stick them in this last slot right here, and then work on a collection system. I'll probably just do a little hopper minecart that goes back and forth and unloads somewhere in the middle. But yeah, our farm is essentially complete already. Just because I believe that speeds up the process of the grass growing. I know it at least is a requirement, which is why it doesn't typically grow at night. So yeah, I'm just going to stick a few of those torches behind these guys right there. But yeah, as you could hear, this is already working very nicely. These guys will now forever be a little bit naked, just like this, because anytime they grow their wool back, we'll automatically shear them and collect it. Perfect. Alright y'all, we are once again back in the old hardcore world to show you the second farm that we're going to work on today. Again, it's probably another farm that most of you are familiar with, especially if you've played Minecraft for a while. This is a pretty key way to advance early on in the game, both in terms of getting sugarcane to make paper and to do some enchanting, and to trade with librarian villagers. But yeah, just in case you're not aware, the way this farm works is you have a line of sugarcane. I believe you can pretty much make this thing however long you want to make it. I think in this case we made it, 9-10 blocks wide, maybe something like that. But again, you can make it however long you want to make it. Then you have a row of pistons on the second height of the sugarcane, if that makes sense. So you have this bottom block here, and then you have the second block. The second block is where the pistons lie. And if you go to the back of the farm, there's a block, any solid block of your choosing behind those pistons with redstone on top of those. And the reason you have that redstone, that in the third height of these sugarcane blocks, you have observer faces facing out. And so right behind those observer faces, you have a line of redstone just like this. Very simple, nothing complicated at all. So when these observers detect that a sugarcane has grown to that third stage of height, where it's 3 blocks tall, the observers will trigger, meaning that all this redstone will trigger, triggering all these dispensers down below. So basically, you should never have more than one sugarcane at 3 blocks high, and even if you do have one at 3 blocks high, it'll be harvested instantly. So there you go. Very similar thing to the prior farm. As soon as a certain thing happens, that triggers the observer, and then something occurs, whether it's a piston being pushed or shears being dispensed in order to collect that item. A nice thing that also features with this farm is you have a row of water somewhere next to the sugarcane, because of course that's a requirement for it to grow. So if you want to get fancy with it, you can have a water collection system in this row of water that you need for the sugarcane, or you can have a minecart hopper system, kind of whatever you feel like doing. But yeah, this right here, we're going to build a basic version of this in our world with potential to expand later on. Well guys, like 10 minutes later, this farm is pretty much done. To give you a view from the front, this is what it looks like. I went ahead and made this one 8 blocks wide. No real reason, kind of just went for it. That way we could put one water stream on that side, one water stream on that side, although I guess it doesn't really matter at the end because I did end up placing the glass over the water. That way this thing should hopefully be lossless because we could just do the same thing that we did for the sheep farm and run a minecart hopper underneath right here. Sometimes if you put the glass out 1 block further, the sugarcane can either fall on the block with the sugarcane itself, or it can fall into the water, so no matter where you end up doing your collection system, you may end up losing a few items of sugarcane. So just went ahead and placed the glass over the water, should be lossless. And to give you an example of how this thing works, all we need to do is place down a couple pieces of sugarcane and boom, there you go. As soon as any sugarcane here reaches 3 blocks height, the observers will trigger, the pistons will trigger, and that way any sugarcane above 1 block tall will be harvested. So there you go. That's one more micro farm down, one more to go. All right, everybody. For the third time in this video, we are now back in yet another one of our prior worlds. This one is actually the world that we had in our last Let's Play series. I believe it was for 1.18. I can't quite remember. I'll go ahead and link it up in the top right like usual. But yeah, this right here is an automatic melon and pumpkin farm that actually works super well and is super efficient despite not taking too much time to make. Now, I say that, this one is definitely the most complicated of the three that we're planning to make in this episode. You do kind of have to get down on the ground and sort of crawl around when you're placing all these observers and these pistons, which can be a little bit annoying, but the principle is still pretty similar to all the other ones. The observers are facing downwards to detect block updates, and so when a melon or a pumpkin grows from one of these melon or pumpkin stems, those will go ahead and trigger. There is redstone on top of each of those, and then when the redstone is powered, it'll go ahead and power these blocks that go in diagonal patterns above the pistons, and once those blocks are powered, the pistons will go ahead and drop on down, breaking the melon and pumpkin, and our handy little hopper minecart down there, once again, will go ahead and collect all the resources and even drop it off in this fancy little loading station. Now, I'm not sure we're going to get the loading station done in this episode in our current world, just because I'm not a redstone guy. Even this amount, which isn't really all that crazy, can sometimes give me a little bit of trouble. But at the very least, before I have to go and edit this video, I want to get somewhat of a start on a farm like this. No promises about getting the full 10 by 10 square done, but I at least want to get a majority of it done. Alright everybody, never said that it would be pretty, but it certainly will be effective. We got our observer piston alternating lineup here. Once again, when the block that'll be here, which is the melon or pumpkin stem, when that updates, i.e. melon or pumpkin grows, this observer will trigger, which will then trigger a piece of redstone that will be on top of each observer. I'm a little bit short on redstone, so I can't really do that right now. I can't really show you the full extent of this farm without doing a little bit more resource collecting, and I'm short on time. But regardless, as soon as I grab a little bit more redstone, I'll go ahead and place one of those on each observer. When that happens, the blocks above these pistons will be powered. I also want to change these blocks when I have a little bit more time, because this looks real ugly right now. But once I do that, the block will be powered, the piston will then be powered, and it'll go down, breaking the melon or pumpkin block, and then we'll have our minecart hopper system running underneath to collect it. So yeah, this thing isn't fully complete, but really all we need to do at this point are the final touches, i.e. getting these redstone dust pieces on top of each of the observer. Then we need to set up the collection station right here, which will be super easy. I just, again, need a little bit more redstone. And then we will also place the melon and pumpkin stems right here. Right now, I'm kind of thinking that I might just do all pumpkins because those are a little bit easier to trade. You know, they just break off in pumpkin form rather than breaking off in melon, what is it called? Melon slice form. And, you know, you then have to go ahead and craft the melon slices into full melon blocks, etc., etc. But regardless, we have what we set out to complete in today's episode. We have a working micro farm for a little bit of automatic wool collection. And I went ahead and just dug a little impromptu hole since we haven't yet done an inventory management thing for this. There you go. We already have almost 2 stacks. Actually, including the wool that we collected earlier, we have over 2 stacks. Very nice stuff. We also have our sugarcane farm, doing very well. Still not too huge at the moment, but if we need more sugarcane, an industrial amount, or even just a little bit more to trade, we can always expand this guy. And finally, we have our melon and pumpkin farm that's, you know, like 80% complete. And the parts that we need to complete, they'll be very easily done. Just need a little bit of redstone and then to grab some pumpkin seeds. But yeah, with that everyone, I think that wraps up this episode of our Minecraft Survival Let's Play. Thank you guys very much for watching, especially this, well, I think it's going to be shorter episode. Hopefully it actually will be. We'll see what the edit looks like once that's complete. Thank you guys again very much for being patient with me while I had my birthday and then went on travel a little bit, so I wasn't able to record videos. I do want to stay consistent because I know I got a lot of new subscribers with this new update. Just know that I really appreciate your guys' support very much. I enjoy doing this. I like playing Minecraft, I like making videos about it, because so many people that I feel like I grew up watching did the exact same thing. Guys like Ethos Lab, people on Hermitcraft, and so many other people over the years. But yeah, now that we have the sun setting as a beautiful backdrop for our outro, thank you guys again very much for watching. Hope to see you guys very soon. And if you have any thoughts about the new recent Minecraft villager updates and the latest snapshot, go ahead and drop a comment down below. See you guys soon. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next episode.